think Germany, and you probably think Angela Merkel.
Es tut mir leid, aber es tut mir wirklich im Herzen leid.
Germany's chancellor, its prime minister, for the last 16 years. So long, Germans say she's part of the furniture. No disrespect meant, I think. Merkel certainly dominated my coverage of German politics all these years, but she says she's had enough now. She's stepping down. It's election time. I'm off on a trip round Germany to hear what people might miss about Merkel and what they hope next for their country. First, Düsseldorf. Hello, hi, I'm Katja. Nice to meet you. And 3 generations of female Merkel fans.
After the war, we all felt a little bit like orphans. And she gave us a feeling of security.
She showed the girls in my generation that it's possible for women to become leader.
Angela Merkel, she had go through financial crisis, the refugee crisis, then the corona pandemic. She leads us through this time very good.
I'm a bit frightened because she leaves a hole. The new candidates, I have my doubts if they can fill the hole.
You know who really finds it hard to imagine German politics after this election? Generation Merkel. Germans who've never known another prime minister their whole young lives. A school in Bonn has kindly invited me in.
There's a change going on now in politics after 16 years. And I feel like this is a really important election and it would be nice if we could vote. Because of climate change, for example, there are some important decisions that could be made now.
For Germany to progress, we need to help the people who had a hard time during the pandemic and the people who worked to help.
Germany should take a more concise stance in international politics.
They respect Angela Merkel, they tell me, but also blame her for not preparing Germany enough for their future on the environment and beyond.
The only criticism I have towards Merkel is that she has not prepared this country for change. I just really hope it's going to be easier for young German citizens in the future.
Equality and integration have been big talking points since the migrant crisis back in 2015. Angela Merkel opened the door to over 1 million Syrian refugees and others. It's possibly the issue she'll most be remembered for, and it's not going away. I've come to Frankfurt, to this barbershop come talking shop. Bob Kabedi, a German Eritrean, wants to promote tolerance, he says. He debates immigration with all his customers, whatever their background or politics.
Wahl. Gehst du wählen? Auf gar keinen Fall.
Auf gar keinen Fall. Genau.
Also eine wilde Immigration ist das.
Ja.
Und das macht dir Angst?
Warum können wir uns denn nicht aussuchen, wer herkommt? Warum müssen wir denn alle nehmen? Warum können wir denn nicht sagen, entschuldige, du passt nicht ins Gefühl?
Wir müssen sie integrieren.
Nein.
Doch.
Back on the road, I'm heading east. Angela Merkel is often described as a great crisis manager, but lacking vision for Germany's future. She leaves a big in-tray of issues for the next government. This is the image we often have of Germany, right? Modern, efficient, high-tech. But behind this facade of one of the world's wealthiest nations, German infrastructure is creaking. Trains, roads, bridges. Again, Merkel governments are criticised for failing to invest in the future. As for internet access, looks like a picture postcard, but 1 in 3 German villages has poor connectivity. A big problem for families and businesses during the pandemic, a huge election issue now.
When other countries look at Germany, they also see what they want to see. The reality is different.
Especially with COVID, when we had to study through the phone, and it always stopped and you got kicked out and then had to ask again and again what the teacher was talking about.
People won't be able to live where they like to live, like in villages. They would have to move to the larger towns because there is a better connection.
A German election without Angela Merkel? Hard for many of us to imagine. After all the crises she's managed, she's seen here and internationally as imperfect perhaps, but certainly a safe pair of hands. So what next? Germans will have a lot on their minds when they vote on Sunday, and others will also be watching.
You know, Germany is the EU's richest and most influential country. It's a global player, so Beijing is watching, Washington and the UK too.
These elections and the goodbye or auf Wiedersehen to Angela Merkel will have an impact at home and abroad.